Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily. I'm Natalia Moczulska, and this is the news. Is Europe in danger of a cholera epidemic brought in from Ukraine? In some areas in Ukraine, especially in cities besieged by Russians, where there is no access to running water and medical care, the epidemic situation is very difficult. But specialists assure that in Poland, we do not have to fear the spread of cholera or dysentery in our country. Of course, it is always a good idea to observe hygiene rules by washing your hands and always drinking water from a suitable source, preferably boiled. Due to the explosion that occurred at the hydroelectric power plant in Kachowka, more than 100 square kilometers of the country's area is underwater. Human bodies are still being found in the water. Dead animals pose an even greater epidemiological threat, especially in light of the approaching summer. There is a strong smell of chemicals and splashes in the water. Animal and human remains are visible. The probability of the spread of infectious diseases is extremely high. Russian soldiers with suspected cholera are admitted daily to military hospitals in Kherson and Crimea. Entire units from Kherson deployed along the North Crimean Canal are being sent there, reported the Ukrainian Tatar resistance movement, Atesh. Units from Kherson are being evacuated to military hospitals. Several enemy soldiers have already died as a result of illness. It is estimated that more than 17,000 people were directly affected by the destruction of the Nowa Kachowka Dam. Entire villages have been cut off from water supplies. Ukrainian scientists who are studying the flooded areas after the Nowa Kachowka Dam blew up have more questions than answers for now. At issue are both the short-term and long-term effects of environmental contamination, especially water. We are monitoring the southern district, taking water samples daily and analyzing them. There is no major threat, but we have already detected several cases of cholera and E. coli bacteria. In parallel with us, the sanitary and epidemiological station is carrying out analysis, as many settlements, farm buildings, and canals have been flooded. Particular caution should be taken by residents of nearby Ukrainian regions. Elementary principles of food safety must be observed. Therefore, I repeat many times, never drink unboiled water. Alternatively, water in bottles. There are tablets for water purification. It is necessary to wash hands, vegetables, and fruit. Do not bathe in endangered rivers and the sea. Now it is necessary to use well water very carefully for the reason that underground water can also be contaminated. Let's not focus on cholera. Let's watch out especially for intestinal infections. Cholera is an infectious disease of the digestive system. Symptoms of cholera resemble the intestinal flu and are characterized by diarrhea and vomiting. If left untreated, then up to half of the patients can die. It is possible to treat effectively with antibiotics, but we are dealing here in the absence of treatment with a life-threatening condition. At this point, doctors do not foresee Poland and other European countries being threatened by cholera. If someone from other areas goes to this danger zone and consumes contaminated water, and if such a person goes to another part of the world, then this in itself is not a danger, because if there is a water and sewage system, then these germs eventually go into the sewage system. The 18th National March for Life and Family passed through the streets of Warsaw today, under the slogan, "Children are the future of Poland." This year, the March for Life and Family passed under the slogan, "Children are the future of Poland." The demonstration began at 11 a.m. in Warsaw's Castle Square and proceeded to the Nicholas Copernicus Monument in Krakowskie Przedmieście. The march culminated in a mass at the Church of the Holy Cross, celebrated by Father and Professor Robert Skrzypczak. Today, the family is increasingly presented in such false formats. It is said that a family can be a union of any two people of the same sex, for example. So today we march in the March for Life and Family to manifest, to affirm a family based on marriage which is a relationship between a man and a woman. This year's march ambassadors included Małgorzata and Jan Żaryn, Rafał Patyra, Grzegorz Górny, Dariusz Kowalski, and Małopolska Education Superintendent Barbara Nowak. We must make it clear that we love children, that we love life, and if so, we must all strive to create such a a cordon of hearts against evil that will protect our children. So I am here to tell everyone that yes, I will always stand behind children and stand behind Poland.
Tak, że ja będę zawsze za dzieckiem stała, za Polską stała.
The march was an apolitical celebration with no party signs or slogans. It was organized for everyone across Poland.
Jest piękne.
Life is beautiful, and this can be seen right here when there are families with children on this march. There is a great number of people.
Bardzo wiele osób.
Participants demonstrated their commitment to conservative values, the sanctity of life from conception to natural death, and the traditional family model.
Naszą skałą jest Pan Jezus Chrystus.
Our rock is the Lord Jesus Christ, and my rock, and to most people here, although I am not Catholic. A lot of people are surprised, but I'm a believer, and I want to thank God for saving our family in the first place, because our family was on the verge of falling apart. My wife and I were in a divorce case, but the judge said she wouldn't give us a divorce, that we should love each other, and we do love each other. We have 5 children.
Nie da nam rozwodu, mamy się kochać.
We are pro-life, pro-family, pro-protection of life from conception until natural death.
Trzeba iść, bo trzeba walczyć, bo trzeba...
We must go because you must fight, because you must bear witness. You have to give this testimony, because, sir, if we don't give a protesting voice, they will shout at us, bite us, and throw us out.
Zagryzą i wyrzucą.
Family is a foundation. It is the basis. We grow up in it. We learn love, truth, life. Family serves as an example for us.
Jesteśmy po to,
We are here to pass on love to one another, and this love is revealed to us best by Jesus Christ through children.
najlepiej przez dzieci.
These children who spread LGBT and various colorful ideologies here, I shout loudly no, and this is what I want to manifest by being here.
Rodziny są ważne.
Families are important in that there are families who enjoy being together. We have 10 children. This is our youngest 3. And we also want to meet other families who are happy to just live.
To chcemy
The first March for Life and Family was held in 2006 in Warsaw. Over the course of 18 years, the organization of the march has been undertaken by more than 150 cities and towns, and each year, that number grows. Today, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken began a 2-day visit to Beijing. This is the first such visit by an American diplomat in nearly 5 years. Both sides have made it clear that they do not expect any breakthrough, but the whole world is watching the Chinese capital intently, and only the Russians want these talks to fail. Blinken's visit is expected to pave the way for further bilateral China-U.S. meetings at the highest level. Earlier today, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived for a meeting with China's Foreign Minister Qin Gang. Qin Gang greeted Blinken and his group at the door to a villa in the grounds of Beijing's Diaoyutai State Guest House, as the two made small talk in English before shaking hands in front of a Chinese and an American flag. After heading into a meeting room, neither Blinken nor Qin made comments in front of reporters who were briefly allowed in. During his stay through Monday, June 19th, Blinken is also expected to meet with China's top diplomat Wang Yi and possibly President Xi Jinping, seeking to establish open and durable communication channels to ensure the strategic rivalry between the two countries does not spiral into conflict. The two countries, which are now the world's largest economies, are divided by a long list of contentious issues. Blinken's talks in Beijing are expected to prevent them from escalating into open conflict. The visit was originally scheduled to take place in February, but was postponed after an affair involving the downing of an object believed to be a Chinese spy balloon in U.S. airspace. There is a belief in the U.S. State Department that both sides recognize that they need high-level communication channels. It is important to reduce the risk of misjudgment. It is stressed that the visit will be closely followed around the world, because any escalation of tensions between the two superpowers would have global negative repercussions, especially economically. And finally, China Media Group is set to air a special program in the form of a symphonic poem to mark the Dragon Boat Festival on June 22nd. The Dragon Boat Festival, which is celebrated on the 5th day of the 5th month on the Chinese lunar calendar, is marked to commemorate Ku Yuan's about 340 to 278 BC, a poet who is known today for his patriotism and contributions to classical verse. The program will have Chinese famous actors, musicians, artists specialized in traditional performances, gathering in Ku Yuan's hometown, Zigi County, in central China's Hubei province, which Yangtze River, the longest river in China, runs through. The stage will be set by the Lucid River and among the Green Mountains. Various songs, operas, symphonies, and folk music will be presented to highlight traditional Chinese culture. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Please stay tuned for Poland Daily Weather, Poland Daily Business, and some of our other programs. But for me, it's have a wonderful evening.